map where the spirits flow. Be on the map where the spirits flow. You found your way to the lost gold. We're chasing a trail that has long gone cold. To tell the stories that must be told. Michael's jokes light up the night. Brady's eyes catch every sight. MaryLynn connects with other realms. Together they unveil the tales.
And we are live, right?
We are live.
Right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the third edition of Lost Goat Podcast. I'm Katie with the always beautiful MaryLynn Bast. How are you, my dear?
I am good. How are you?
I'm okay. It is the 8,000th day of January of 2026.
That's what it feels like, yes.
That's what it feels like. It's only the 21st, but it feels like this month, for me at least, is dragging on forever.
And it's almost like the 500th day of the week.
Yeah, that's true too. I woke up this morning thinking, yes, it's Thursday. And I was like, crap, I've been thinking all day it's Thursday and it's only Wednesday. So should we,
while
Mike
we're will be joining us as he's usually fashionably late. So
do you want me to go ahead and introduce our lovely guest in the meantime? Mm-hmm. All right. So guys, we have a treat for you tonight. Miss Misti Gaither is going to be joining us. Miss Misti Gaither is the host of the Quest Talk Show, a journey into true crime and paranormal on YouTube. Oh, there he is, Snippy Riddle Rod.
Yes.
Riddle Rod.
Yes.
So you're the head of snails.
Yeah, I'm the head of snails.
Head of snails. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I couldn't remember how to spell sales, so I just went with the one I knew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are we like assistants? You're the head. We're like assistant snails.
Well, yeah, you could be, slugs.
As long as I'm on the back end, I'm good.
Right.
Leave it to somebody to bring up the back end. Ridiculous.
Right.
I just did before you did.
Right.
She beat you to it, man.
Sharing is caring. Is everybody shared?
Not yet.
Yeah, we just started.
Hi, Marcy. Marcy looks like she's our first sign in. Hello.
You want to go ahead and talk about Marcy?
Yes, I was in the middle of when
Mr.
Snippy came in. I was introduced. Right. Misti Gaither is the host of the Quest Talk Show, a journey into true crime and paranormal on YouTube. The show hopes to promote and shine a spotlight on other investigators, haunted locations, and those who are connected to the paranormal field. She is passionate about true crime, considers it her responsibility as a medium to help both the living and the dead. And a special note as she pops on screen here, watch her soon as one of the co-stars of an original paranormal series coming to Beacon TV very soon. Miss Misti Gaither, how are you, my dear?
Hey, I'm doing good. How y'all doing? I love that introduction. Let me tell you, I am so jealous and I want one right now. That is amazing. Y'all did great work.
Thank you. You wrote it.
Actually, someone who did that for me, so I can put you in touch with her, so that way.
Thank you. It's really cool.
Do it myself.
And the person that did it, fantastic patellar tendons. Yeah. Yeah, great. Just great tendons. With that. I know you're going. You've been going through some things, so.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I went and I picked up a little fireball.
Oh,
so
nice. Takes me back.
That's where you were.
Extra time. It took me extra time. That's why it took me so long to get here.
Right. Water,
Do a shot for me. I'm not doing one tonight.
Spirits.
Spirit. Oh, I drank already. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody. Hello, Krista. Hello, Miss Snippy, Mrs. Snippy.
Yeah, Mrs. Snippy. So,
Mrs.
Misty,
Snippy.
before we get started, I think we gotta hump the elephant in the room, or whatever the saying is. I'm not sure. Uh, you spent some time in the hospital doing your thing, right?
Yes, I did.
But you appear to be alive. So tell us about that part.
Well, I had a stroke, and I'm on the other side of recovery, doing, really well. I appreciate everybody's great vibes that they send, and prayers, and just really positive thoughts. I have a procedure next Tuesday, and after that, I should hopefully go back to work in a few weeks. So I'm just chomping at the bits, ready to get back in the mix.
That's man, that's awesome. I feel so happy for you that you're at least you're on the right side. I basically just went through this myself, where you kind of, it's weird because I don't know if like you knew you were having a stroke, because sometimes you don't, and it was like, for me, I just was all of a sudden in the hospital, and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, well, you hit your head. And I was like, I did? Oh, who knew? So I don't know what that was like for you, but it's tough coming back from something like that, because you start to, the loss, right? Loss. They talk a lot about loss. That's the whole point of paranormal, right? Paranormal really is the search for loss, right? But you don't realize that you can experience that loss while still being alive, right? And you kind of start to lose your old self.
Yeah, that's something that I've been going through, and I didn't know. As soon as I had checked into the ER, I wiped out and woke up 4 days later on life support. So, I'm just so blessed and thankful to be here, and to be here on this, y'all's show. I really appreciate the invitation. It means a lot to me.
We'd love to have you. And that's right. You were actually at the hospital, not for you. Your wife was there for a breast enlargement.
Well, close,
right.
But no. She was like, but no,
okay.
The other way of recovery. No.
Okay, well, I was close.
Yeah, it's close, but no cigar on that.
But you're doing good now. And then the best part of all that is you have been working with Beacon, creating this new incredible show. And I don't want to give any of it away, but is there any of that you kind of want to hint on for people that might be interested in what it might be?
Sure. And of course, I didn't do it by myself. Your co-host, Katie, we had to put our heads together and came up with this concept. And it's really,
you obviously put them together too hard because you had a stroke.
Right. That's probably what happened, I guess. But
yeah, sorry, Misty. I gave you
too much
stroke.
thinking. But I really like to think of the series and, as something different than what we normally are used to seeing. And I think that's one of the great things about Beacon, such as y'all show and different ones. It's not the same thing. We got a great cast. I don't know how much I can say. I know I can't say where we filmed at, but we really have had a great cast, and Shane and Josh and just everybody was just incredible, and the town where we're in, they really stepped up, and anything that we needed, or just they were incredible, and it couldn't ask for a better experience, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know you had TV's Payne Shipman there, and we apologize in advance for that. But
he was great.
He's great, man. He's so easy to work with. Same thing with Josh, Mike Angus. I mean, some of these guys, I don't think they get enough credit where credit is due, as to the hard work that they actually have to put in.
Right. And, I had been on, like as a guest or on TV before, but this, I really got to see behind the scenes, like with Max Moore and everybody, and how, you don't realize how much work goes into just like 30 seconds or like even a minute that you see on the screen, because you have to redo it 20 times and to get the perfect light or the perfect shot or whatever that it is. And so I really learned a lot, you know just watching everything, and it was such an honor to be a part of the team.
Yes. You know what? Interesting you say Max Moore. I actually got to see his dog poop outside. That was pretty cool.
Was it? Did he like get it in the perfect light?
It was great. Yeah. It was
And they
phenomenal.
did the rolling camera up on it. Yeah, that would have been a
He had
great.
the slider.
I think that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was.
We almost
But
got to come and hang out when you were doing your filming, but our travels kind of got changed up. So
Yeah.
that it was all
I'm not
kinds of
pointing fingers.
weirdness.
You are.
Yeah, that was on
But
me.
hey, next time maybe y'all can get to do that, because got a lot more stuff to put out there.
Yeah, Misty and I have already been. I think you were out of the hospital 3 days when you texted me, and you were like, "Girl, I got my next project." I'm like, "Girl, your next project is taking care of your damn head."
Yes.
So,
Right.
and you're like, "I'm ready. I'm ready and red." I know Snippy Riddle Rod over here can identify with that. Just
Yeah.
Good old Snippy. Yeah.
you're laid up for a while, and you're like, "I'm ready to get going." So, yeah, more in the works.
It's
Oh
rough.
yeah. It's I like doing different things. I like showing different sides of the paranormal, and I just really thank Beacon for the opportunity to be able to get to do that, because not everybody is blessed and gets that opportunity. So I am thankful for that.
Mm-hmm. You keep losing them.
Mike keeps playing with the buttons.
Oh,
Sniffy is
Mike
Sniffy.
playing with the buttons.
I
Playing
was
with
having
buttons.
issues with my internet connection, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop my Wi-Fi and I'm going to go right to the bar thing. And then it kicked me out. But then now I'm back. So
There
we're
you
good.
are.
Everything's good.
We got you. We got you.
Everything's great. But yeah, the head stuff. It becomes tough because you can't even. It's hard to even tell sometimes when you've done too much. Other people will see it before you do. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, because I'll be trying to like send Katie some ideas or whatever, and I'll get maybe one or half of one out, and then like it starts changing or whatever, like you get tired, I should say. And so I try to send it off when I get it done, because who knows, it might be a day or two before I get back in the
I
thing.
put Katie through hell over a whole movie screenplay idea. And it got so bad. She actually texted MaryLynn to ask if I was in fact a retard. Yeah.
I did not.
He didn't use that word.
No.
Yeah.
You bleep that out.
This is live.
No bleeping.
It does get tough sometimes, but there's a lot of people in the chat. I just want to say, what up to everybody? Thanks for coming in.
Welcome, everybody.
It's nice to see
thank
everyone. I guess I give everybody an update since we had an update on you. I had a couple of epidurals, one in my lumbar, one in my cervical, and I'm doing so good with those right now. So it's a lot of relearning how to do things, but I'm doing good. Oh, Gina just said, I haven't experienced being laid up, and Misty fully understands that she's doing great. It was so amazing having all of us send her well wishes. I truly feel Misty felt our heartwarming thoughts. I think she did too.
True. That is true. Thank you so much.
I think she did.
You were talking about Katie. She's like she keeps you in line. Like if you're on set or
like
whatever.
A retard whisperer for me.
Right. And like if I'm like off in left field with so many ideas, she like reins me back and says, like, hey Misty, we can only do so much at once. So
every team needs a taskmaster, and unfortunately that's me. So I'm like,
yeah.
So
and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
She's been an excellent addition to Lost Goat. We're really excited for all the projects we're working on to have her involved with those. And obviously she's doing stuff with Beacon right now, which is really cool.
Mhm.
As everyone knows, we're huge Beacon fans. However, despite being Beacon fans, you will get to see Miss MaryLynn Bast and yours truly, Snippy Railrod, head of snails, on the brand new Haunted Files episode for their newest season on January 23rd on Paraflix. Obviously, we
Very
don't have
good.
any, we are not ourselves on Paraflix, but we did a little co-starring or a special guest feature with them because the guys, Eric, Mike Del Coro, they're just such phenomenal individuals. We love them. And I think it's important, if you've got Beacon or you've got Paraflix, get both, man, because there's great stuff on both of those subscription services. So don't you don't got to play favorites with those. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Support everyone.
Yep.
I really think that y'all need like an applause button.
I don't have my
know-
thing hooked up.
That.
Yeah.
Why did I say that, huh, Katie? No.
Right. we'll
MaryLynn
work
knows
on it.
I'm really good at pre-firing people. So
Oh,
Good luck.
Yes,
okay.
I
You
think
need to
I've
put
been
that in your comments.
yeah.
yeah,
I've been pre-fired once already.
see,
I forget why.
I say,
Why
good
did
luck.
you pre-
I don't. It doesn't matter.
I forget why. I couldn't make a meeting or something. And I was like, sorry, dude. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're fired.
Oh,
Yep.
Gosh.
that reminds me. We're going to be in
Ouch.
New Orleans.
We are.
Oh,
Yes.
What now? I'm sorry.
We
Would y'all say I heard?
Orleans.
We're going to be in New Orleans only for like a brief moment in time. I think we're there on the 27th. No, 26th. 26th.
Yes.
Because another business that I have, I've got way too many things going on. I know. Is a auto detailing business for rallies, and I'm doing one specifically for
yes, James.
this Legends rally, which goes from Dallas to New Orleans, and then
Nice.
up to Birmingham, and then to Nashville. So we'll have to see if we can stop by and set you up to come down and see us or something.
I would love that. Y'all said
Share a
the
lucky
20,
dog.
Should be the 28th.
right? A lucky dog. What day is it now? The 26th
believe it's
of
the
January?
Really none of your business.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
get
okay.
with you and let you know the date
Thank you, MaryLynn. I appreciate your kindness and thoughtfulness.
because
Yeah,
I
I
actually go
can't.
and help him, so it's not just him.
Right.
Oh, if it was just me, I trust me, we'd all be fucked. That's terrible. I can't remember anything.
He would already be
Right.
fired.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd have pre-fired myself. Yeah, honest to God. That's head stuff sucks, man, because half the time I don't even know. I've literally, it's the craziest thing. I don't know if you have any issues with this, with your stroke, but I've literally looked people dead in the eye and had no idea who they were, even though they know me. We've had many conversations together. It's like I've never seen this person before in my life. It is the weirdest thing.
Well, you did that from in the when you were trying to work out and trying to find me. You couldn't find me.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I couldn't remember how I got to the gym. I was just there all of a sudden. And I couldn't figure out how I got there. And then I was like, I thought MaryLynn brought me. So I started looking around, but I couldn't find her. And I was like, okay, so maybe she didn't. So then I looked in the parking lot and I saw her car. And then I was like, well, maybe I drove myself here. Maybe I have her keys, but I can't drive. I can't see straight. So it was turns out she was there the whole time. I just
had my hair in braids, which I never do. So that's the only thing that I had changed, and he just didn't recognize me.
it was literally enough to completely change my brain's ability to identify someone.
Right.
It's wild, right?
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
I mostly, like I'll forget some, like the day of, I don't
I agree,
remember. And then like some conversations and stuff, like I'll just remember like little
Annie.
pieces.
Yeah.
But I'm not driving. They haven't cleared me to drive yet. So that might be a while, but
Yeah.
the streets are safe so far.
Streets are
I
safe.
could drive. I'm just driving on two streets at the same time. That's my problem.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
work out, I have to wear sunglasses. Otherwise, people will look at me and realize that my eyes are almost like cross-eyed. My eyes don't look at the same because they can't compute.
Because he's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's crazy. I
And
look
so,
like
and
Marty
you're
Feldman.
afraid of what people will like think when they look at you and they see your eye. Is that why you wear the sunglasses or?
Oh no, I just don't want them to. I don't want them to be uncomfortable. Think I'm looking
Oh,
at them. You know what I mean?
okay.
Because I'm not. I can't see shit. But
Right.
there's
So,
been a
Mike,
couple
I
of
know
times
it
where,
feels like you're looking all over, but really you're not.
but I'm
No.
really not. Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
as hard as I can to focus on one
Yeah.
thing, but it's hard. So I just wear
Yeah.
my sunglasses because they also play music,
Oh,
and
nice.
because I have to have a hearing aid in one ear. Not that it helps much, but I can't wear regular headphones. So the glasses I can at least hear on one side of my ear, while also hiding my eyes, keeping them protected.
Wow.
Fun.
I would like to do some more research because I have read and I fell at work back in August and I got a concussion, which is minor
Oh,
compared to what you two are dealing with. But
yeah.
ever since that about a week post concussion, I was having crazy dreams and
Oh,
I felt like my psychic abilities were just kind of heightened. And I've read that
no, that's
sometimes
true.
when there are head injuries, head injuries obviously rewire your brain
Yeah.
psychologically.
Mhm.
But I also heard spiritually that things can happen too when you have head injuries and concussions and strokes like Misty had, that some your spiritualness
I
can
see.
open up, like literally getting a crack on the head can open up, your psychic abilities. And I'd like to do some more research on that because I know that my concussion was minor, but I was having these crazy dreams and I just felt like I was in this other world for a week or two while I was recovering. And I was like, I guess it was just your brain healing, but I felt
Yeah.
like there was something else going on in the background, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd like to do some more research on that and find out if there's something that happens to the brain spiritually after after a fall or a stroke or something like that.
When I
Yeah.
woke up, I believe now I may have got the day or whatever. I believe it was Sid Patrick and Dina Lally and maybe Jill Mercer. They were in my room along with my wife Catherine, and I think one of the first things I asked them whenever I saw them was, "Will this affect my abilities?"
Right.
Because I was, concerned about that because I knew that it like rewires and just, whatever. And they're like, no, it's gonna, and like enhance it. And,
Mm,
but Sid had asked me, um, not while I'm healing, not to use it as much. Um, because, you know, because it puts so much pressure on your brain and stuff. So I've kind of but here lately for the past week, I can tell that more's trying to come in, and I've just
mhm.
kind of kept it at bay until I'm really ready to just let loose and communicate.
Yeah.
I can say MaryLynn can testify this to or attest to this too.
Testify too, yes.
Yeah, I guess you could testify, but um, when we filmed all of season 2, there's definitely an uptick in just my, I guess, sensitivity, my instinctualism of what I'm
Your
feeling and
ability.
experiencing, and I honestly I think a lot of it comes down to the fact of when you get to the point where you realize that you're not supposed to be here anymore, your brain, that there is no science, there's no logic behind that, so you have to start rooting for something else. You have to find another reason as to why, right? You start to try to
Mhm.
understand a different type of motive, and I
Right.
think that's what it is. I think there is that spiritual, that psychic sense where you go, okay, well, if logic dictates I'm not supposed to be here, then maybe spiritually or psychically, there is a reason, right? And so you start to really kind of just open up, whether you're doing it on purpose or whether it's just something that's a little more, I don't want to say natural, but subconscious, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's what really happens. So and that's how I felt, and the first couple of months was really hard,
Yeah.
but being able to go through Pair with the Normal, it really does help you kind of, I guess, come to grips with the fact that life is not A to B. You know, life, there is no control, right? We're always led to believe, oh, you can control, you're responsible for everything. And to a degree, you know what I mean? But it's a lot like a river going to a waterfall, right? The only thing that you could control is the route, but either way you're going down, right? Because that's the way a river's got to go. So
Right.
it's really wild to just kind of take all of that in. You know what I mean?
Are you
I
telling us
mean,
to not chase waterfalls? Is that what is that what you're trying to tell us? Don't go chasing
the lakes
waterfalls?
and the rivers you're used to, man. But
Okay.
Right.
but I'm just saying that you've got to understand that your control. No matter how successful you want to be in this life, your body is going to die. No matter what it is that you want to accomplish, that is going to happen. Now, when and how, some of that could be entirely up to you. Some of that may not be, right? So, so it's, I guess at that point you have to just accept your marathon, right? You know, a marathon
Yeah.
started with just a single step, right? That's how it starts. So, you just have to accept that this is your marathon, and I guess just do your best to stay prepared and be open and enjoy, right? Enjoy life. Enjoy
Mhm.
what you got while you got it, right? Unless you're
Yeah,
Katie, then
definitely.
just fuck it. You know what I mean?
Did both of you have, pardon my French, fuck it moments where afterwards when you were recovering? When you were recovering and you're like, well, obviously you did because you were talking about it, how you were like, recovering and you're sitting around, it gives you a lot of time to get up in your head, no pun intended. And did it make your zest for life even more enhanced? You're like, I had pretty big lofty goals for myself, but now they're even loftier and truly just fuck it. I'm just gonna. Did you have those moments?
Yeah, definitely. It just, I think you have them, but you put things in perspective. Like
Yeah.
what some things that used to maybe be so important that you thought that you couldn't live without, and now it's like, well, maybe that wasn't as important. And then, like yesterday, Catherine and I, we worked on, some goals that I've set. And she's like, don't try to do everything, because she knows how I am at one time. And it's just like I got a list and I have like a roadmap of what I want and what I want, would like to succeed in life and to work towards. And some of the things that I thought I wanted are not so high up on the chain right now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's so
So do you
true.
guys think that that's a reason why? Like maybe the universe thought that you needed some perspective. Not, I mean, it's horrible to say you had to go through such traumatic medical issues to get to that point. But do you think that's part of the reason why? Like maybe you had some perspectives that needed to be adjusted or some goals that needed to be adjusted. And so you went through these kind of horrific incidences, and that's maybe what it took for both of you?
I think that um, it's because being a psychic medium or being sensitive or however that you classify yourself, how can you help someone if you haven't really went through things yourself?
Gatorade.
How and so I don't know if that's the reason why this happened to me, because they're saying I was born with this defect thing that caused this and had no idea.
We could
And
tell.
so why all of a sudden
Oh,
now, 29, I'm 29 years later, that this happened, like, I think about why now, why. And so there is a reason, and I believe that there's a reason and a moment for everything, and there's no coincidences. And so if this, I'm not saying I'm glad I had it, but I'm thankful because it could have been so much worse.
I'm going to say
sure.
this too, and this goes to everybody else that's going through stuff. And this is, you brought up a great point, and you kind of have this why now moment. But for me, I implore everyone to get rid of the why now and put it into what now. You know what I mean? What now? because that was where I was okay. This has happened, right? There's no, I can't even tell you why because I don't remember. It doesn't really matter as to my why. What matters is it happened, and what do I do now, right? And it really made me say, hey, that's a great search, Vince. Great search.
Keep searching, buddy.
I need to not focus on feeling entitled to what I'm going for or what I have. And I need to feel more blessed with the opportunities that I've had and that I'm going to continue to have and how to embrace those.
Yeah.
Right. So I will say that it was definitely eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've always looked at myself as a good person. I'm a good human being, and I always go out of my way. At least I thought. You know what I mean? But then when I have something like this happen and I have no memory, I have nothing. Right? So had I died, maybe there was nothing. What if there is nothing? But what if that nothing was literally because I myself, Snippy Riddlerod, did not feel worthy, right? So that was where I had to decide, okay, I need to get away from feeling I'm entitled to whatever comes next, to I need to embrace the opportunities so I can earn what's next. Because right now, I don't feel like I've earned it, right? I don't feel like I've earned my place in whatever comes next. And I don't feel like I've earned my stay to say that I've done a good enough job where I am now. So those are the things that I've been able to try to really focus on since my injury, as best I can, obviously. But
I was going to say, since your injury, Mike, I have seen your change of perspective and just the way you're approaching things. So it's kind of put a new goal for you, I guess, and just looking at, what are you going to do, and that's what you're looking at is like, I know I was on this path, but maybe I'm redirecting. Maybe I need to go and start concentrating here instead of over here. So I think that when these things happen, it puts your life into perspective and makes you focus more on what instead of the why, and just looking at what can I do? I'm here. I'm supposed to be here. Now, what am I supposed to do with it?
And it doesn't just revolve around me. When I say what now, it doesn't mean just me.
It's everybody.
What can I do now with MaryLynn? What can I do with Katie? What can we do with Misty? What now? What now can we all accomplish as human beings, as paranormal entrepreneurs trying to find what is truly next? To every single person out there listening, what now? To you. What now? What are you going to do now? What is on your agenda? There's people I watch, they'll put a post and I'm like, oh man, I was going to the gym and I stopped. I should probably go back to the gym. Well, what now? What are you doing about that now? When are you going to take your health seriously? How many times do you
I'm going back to the gym.
But I mean, it's a good.
Right. I'm signing up now.
Right. But it's one of those things where don't let that become that why, right? Don't let it become this part where you regret the fact that you had these opportunities and you let them pass you by, right? Take control of it now so you don't wind up as just another inmate at the Trans-Allegheny Insane Asylum that people come by to visit.
Yep.
Right? That's all I'm saying, man.
So, what do we owe you for that shrink visit, Mike?
Right. I think I get like 150 an hour or something.
Right.
Put it on my tab.
But there you go. That's your new side business, Mike. As if you don't have enough side
He's
business.
very motivational when it comes to working out.
Right.
All of the pictures that he's posting, and so we have a surprise coming with that. So we've got something in the works.
Things. But yeah, that's right, Trina. If you're slacking, you know it. You know you're slacking. So that's entirely up to you, man. Good, Heather. I'm proud of you for doing that. Just keep yourself motivated. We just saw Kat for a second. Congratulations on the breast enlargement.
Oh, she missed that. Hey, babe.
But Vince, you always will have an opportunity to see my nipples.
Mike said congratulations on the breast enlargement.
Yes.
On the what?
Yes.
Breast enlargement. He said he was joking. He said you went in
That's
for a
what you were
breast,
at the. That's what you're at the hospital for when she
for the
had
breast
her hospital
enlargement.
thing,
He
right?
said, "Oh goodness."
No enlargement.
I said you went the other
Right.
route.
That's right.
They
Took them
tease
off
Yes.
Mike.
and put new ones on.
But
Right.
no, I try to bring comedy into everything I do, but you got to understand that comedy is always born in tragedy. And it is just an other side of a pendulum, but that pendulum will always swing back around. So even though I may say something and it could be funny and it might hurt your feelings, understand that even my comedy comes from a place of pain. So and I take that with everybody else that makes a joke, even if it sounds like it could be offensive. You don't know where they're from, what they're coming from, what they've done, where they're at. And the same thing with ghosts. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with spirits, a lot of them are so stuck living in that last 1% of their
Right.
life because that's all that anybody wants to talk to them about. You come in with comedy, that kind of starts to re-jog that other 99%. So you never know what you're going to run into, what you're going to get, man. So just be yourself. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Unless you're Katie
I
McFly.
appreciate that, all that, because it is true. It's what you do with it. I mean,
Yeah.
just could totally get depressed and not try to get out of what's going on, or we can look forward and try to be better and try to help others, and that's what it's about, and help yourself. And I think that's what a lot of people, including myself, we forget to do, is self-care and help yourself too, because my mom would always
Yeah.
say that if you don't stop and slow down, your body will do it for you. And so
Absolutely.
I always say it's
Yeah.
like if you are in a position to where your life is kind of in turmoil and just everything is going off, how can you actually help others when you're not settled yourself? So get yourself in that right space before you start trying to help.
Check yourself
Right.
before you wreck yourself.
Yes.
right,
Check yourself before you wreck
Yes.
yourself.
That's right.
check yourself
Yes.
before you wreck yourself.
And you've got Quest, which is a true crime podcast, right?
It's true crime and paranormal,
And
yes.
paranormal, right? But
Mhm.
it's one of those things where, look, you're doing a podcast about other people's true crime and paranormal versus you going out and causing true crime and making people paranormal, right? There's
I
an
do what I can.
interesting juxtaposition there, right?
Right.
How long have you been doing the podcast for?
I've been doing it for over 2 years. I've taken a break from it just for a little while, and I'm actually planning to get back into it. I enjoy it. I mean, all three of y'all have been on the show, and
Into
I've
the
got to meet.
podcast, not doing true crime, folks.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the dog here. Shadow, stop.
That's fine. My
Sorry.
dogs are going nuts out here.
Yeah.
They're playing with
So,
the baby dog. So
I love the true crime aspect too, because it can, in some instances, it goes hand in hand with the paranormal, and
yeah.
Unfortunately, but it's a part of life, and I've met so many incredible people in both genres, and it's just
That's right,
great,
Ash.
and like yourselves, and I really.
Misty, tell everybody the story of how you, because I think this is kind of a cool story, how you approached me about this true crime story. And I had never heard of it before. And you're like, what do you think of this? Because you and I did a TikTok live together, and you approached me about this true crime story. And I had never heard of it before. And then I started researching it, and I was like, holy shit. Do you remember that? Tell everybody how crazy that was, and the irony of that, and how you brought that to me.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry. Part of it. Can you give me just a little bit more about that?
Well, the funny thing is that it took place. Well, do you want me to just tell them?
Yeah, and I'll jump in.
Okay. So Misty approached me about this true crime story. She said, hey, I want to start doing these TikTok
When did this
lives
happen?
about true
When
crime.
did
Got
this
it.
while you were peeing or like?
Got it. What's that?
Like, when did this happen? Like, were you like in a urinal? Like, I mean, like, explain. Making top ramen. Like, how did this?
I believe I was in a phone booth,
Okay.
And Misty was, I don't know, you were astral traveling somewhere and you reached out to me in the phone booth, right? I
Perfect.
think
Now
that's
On
I'm
how
the
we
painting
met.
a
earbud.
picture
Yeah.
for everyone. Okay. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And you're talking
Yeah.
about the true crime story, which would be Mary Jane Fonda.
Mary Jane
Yeah.
Fonda. Yes, ma'am.
And I tell you what, if you watch a lot of true crime, you'll notice that probably out of 5 shows, 3 of them's going to be about Pennsylvania. I don't know why, but a lot,
We kill people
It's
here.
yeah, a
because
lot
it's
of
the closest thing
people,
we have to Transylvania. That's why.
right? And maybe they get the names mixed up. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of true crime going on in Pennsylvania. So I reached out to Katie and I'm like, hey, I really am interested in this true crime case. And Mary Jane Fonda, she went to the Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church in, I know it's in Bucks County.
Yeah.
What?
Springfield, Pennsylvania. And she says, have you ever heard of it? I said, that's 20 fucking minutes. Sorry. That's 20 minutes from where I live. And I just thought it was so bizarre.
Yeah. And so she wound up, I think she was 60 something years old, in love with the pastor of the church, who was not in love with her. You just Google Mary Jane Fonda. And so this younger lady started going to the church. Well, in her mind, she thought that the pastor and Rhonda, the younger lady, were having an affair, which they were not. And so she goes to the church office one day and shoots Rhonda, kills her, walks out, goes and gets her hair done.
Wow.
Yeah, with her wig. And it's really an interesting case.
Could have had like brain matter in there. So
yeah, it was bad. And then Katie was really cool and went and like took pictures of the church for me and the tombstones and everything and places of interest. But it really is like a really interesting case. If anybody's interested in it, Rhonda Smith is the victim, and it's so sad. She was only in her 40s and her life was just cut short over someone who evidently had mental issues, like really bad, and needed help, but she didn't get the help that she needed. And why? But if you think about it, times were
do you think
different
she would at
then.
least
And
say, "Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda."
yeah,
Help me, Rhonda.
well, she didn't. She was like, "I'm going to kill you, Rhonda."
She did.
Yeah.
But
Very different. Very different
Kill me,
song.
Rhonda.
right. And why someone didn't recognize, I mean, she even threatened to kill the manager of Denny's where she worked.
I can't
Like
blame her
years.
for that. It's Denny's.
Well,
You know what I
no,
mean?
they
Like,
got that Grand
It's Grand
Slam or
Slam.
whatever. Yeah. But,
yeah.
it's just how someone didn't try to help her, mentally, or, at that
Yeah.
time, maybe it was such a taboo subject, mental health. I mean, everybody talks about mental
And
health now.
when was this, in the 60s, did you say?
No, this happened. It was
like 90s.
in the 90s, but I'm talking about when she was growing up,
Yeah. And well, what's important about that is they shut down all of the mental institutions in the 80s.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of
So, I
them
mean,
were.
there was no help. That's wild.
There was no health care,
Yeah.
and there was really no understanding of mental health.
I don't even
They
understand
just
it
kind of
still.
put you, they just kind of put you away and let somebody else deal with it or not deal with it.
Yeah.
And so that's the shame about the healthcare, especially back then, because it was such a taboo subject. And so, I think that has a lot to do with it, was, her mental health and just blowing things out of proportion. And, but if you want to look at the case, it's a good one. Like I said, the victim is Rhonda Smith, and the lady that shot her is Mary Jane Fonda. She's not living now. And what they always say on the shows that I watch and stuff about it, when she went to prison, they always say that she had because she talked a lot. I mean, a lot, just wouldn't shut up. And they always say that when she went to prison, she had a captive audience. And so she would just talk incessantly, and they all just had to listen to her, but they liked her. And about 10 years later, she passed. So, yeah.
And her name, Mary Jane Fondler?
Well, close. Fonder.
Okay,
like
not
fondue,
Jane, not Jane Fonda?
Fondue.
There's a Jane Fonda,
Fonder. Right.
Fonder.
Fonder.
Mary Jane
Hey, Crystal.
Fonder. Fonder.
Mary Jane
Okay.
Fonder.
Okay.
Yeah, she was an older lady.
Yes.
Right.
And
So had she, but
mental health issues.
did she have any prior like mental health snaps? I mean, you mentioned the Denny's guy, but I mean, other than that,
Oh,
Well, yes.
she
so
did.
Actually,
there was
yes.
like a rap sheet on this.
Her father, who had Alzheimer's or something, went for a walk,
Mm-hmm.
never to be seen again.
Oh,
And she was the caretaker. So,
Wow.
And mysteriously, after that, his Social Security checks were still coming, and she was cashing them.
Yeah.
No way.
And he was never found.
never,
Wow.
even
Never found.
to this day, after she died, I guess they sold the property or whatever, and the new owner let them. This was like probably, I don't know, around 6-7 years ago. The new owner let them come and like dig around and try to find him, and they couldn't find
Wow.
him. But so yeah, it's a really interesting case.
Wow. That's wild.
20 minutes from where I live, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
No
And
idea.
it's interesting you say that
So thank you.
it was her dad that had the Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of that kind of shows that mental, that temperature there, is
Right.
maybe hereditary in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that too. Yeah.
Maybe she didn't get the Alzheimer's from her dad, but maybe from like, her mother slash first cousin sister or whatever. I don't know what their relationship was like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
They got to
you
do
don't
that
know,
ancestry. Right. No way.
Mhm.
No way to know.
That's true. That's true. You know,
Yeah.
it's so funny that you talk about the ancestry thing. I just found out there's like this whole, I want to say it was like this, there was this whole French regime where all they did was everything was done incestuously to preserve the line. And a guy, like the last of the line, he had like this big, like, I don't know what you call it, underbite, right?
Hmm.
But it was so bad, like he couldn't chew food. And they tried to have him have a baby, but he couldn't have babies. And then when he finally died, they did like a weird like autopsy, and they found out his liver was black, his testicles were black, everything was just like so like deformed, like that it was just gone. You know what I mean? So it's really wild to know that some things can literally lead back to the family, man. So know your family history sometimes.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
good to know.
Wow.
Knowledge
Proof
is
can,
power, right?
yeah, proof can be in the pudding.
Or in your liver.
Right. Or in a good one in the liver.
Or in the liver.
Right? Or in the liver.
Proof is in the liver. Yeah.
There it is. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but like even his junk wouldn't work, which explains why the French at the time didn't have a navy. No seamen. Yeah.
Wow. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
I was
where's
like
going with this?
Navy,
Gotcha.
Navy. Yeah.
Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. There it
Yeah.
is.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. There it is.
So was that because of inbreeding?
Yes.
That his body was all
Yeah, because
okay.
he was the last of the line. Gosh, I wish I could
Yeah.
remember his name. Somebody's got to Google it out there. I know we've got a gajillion listeners listening in right now. It's a whole French family. I want to say it's French family line, and he was so like if he's here at the bottom, there was like 6 or 7 like strands of incest that went through the whole family, like all like brother, sister, first cousin type stuff. Like they on purpose kept it close like that because they thought
Mike's
that
just
was
showing off
keeping it.
his guns.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
thought that was what was keeping it pure. They thought it was like a pureness.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's
like
what they did back then.
Purell.
Yeah.
But
And
it's not.
it's funny too, like people give me shit sometimes because most people know I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like, that guy's so gross. He married his first cousin. I'm like, everybody married their first cousin, back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was kind of like acceptable. In fact, the UK, this literally just either today or yesterday, just released a statement saying that there could be some health benefits to other UK people to marry their first cousin.
Mm.
which was so weird to have. I think maybe they're just trying to keep more Uck people, populating. I guess I don't know. But it was,
That sounds like some British propaganda to me. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I did think that was kind of interesting. But the one thing
It
you
is.
have to say about Edgar Allan Poe, homie had he had the forehead of the generation at the time.
He did.
It was massive.
He had a big, very big forehead.
Huge. You could put a belt buckle on that bad boy.
Yeah.
You know
and he
what I mean?
probably did.
Yeah. Honestly, that would have been great. He would have started a whole trend, which would have been pretty cool. Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Greg, what up, buddy? So
the only
your plan
example
is to get back to doing that, right? To doing quests, the true crime series, and you're still in that whole New Orleans area.
I am.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. We got a lot going on here, good and bad. So
well, what about
interesting.
traveling? Have you brought up any ideas for traveling? Especially now that you've got second lease.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Catherine and I was talking last night, like I told y'all about some goals and stuff, and I'd like to go to some more Paracons and, like I said, get back in the mix. I'm going to be a special guest speaker on a cruise in April.
Where's it
so
going?
I'm looking forward to that.
Where's the cruise going?
Oh man, I can't even think right now. It's a Norwegian cruise, isn't it? Norwegian? Yeah.
So
but we're going to. No, I wish that would be pretty cool. But be a long boat ride. But
I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've never been on a cruise before, so
they're my absolute favorite thing of all time.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that and just doing different things.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
When's that, Misty? Early April?
Yeah, April the 19th.
Okay.
It's when it starts, and it goes to the 26th. And then we have Booze on the Battlefield, May 1st through the 3rd. I'll be there. We'll be there too, and
we'll
I'll be traveling again to North Carolina. And
I'm super stoked to go back to the USS North Carolina.
Yes.
Right. And we'll make sure that Catherine has a little holder for her phone too.
Oh, right. That's right, because she lost her phone last time.
She did.
It was a big deal, and we were all looking for the phone, trying to find it.
And if Michelle is still watching, Michelle, I think, is the one who found it, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I think so.
It was hiding between her cleavage. No? Is that not? Okay, no.
We'll check there first.
I don't think Michelle would have found it there.
Yeah, no. Okay, that's fair. Okay. But yeah, no, I remember that was a pretty crazy, because I want to say she actually wasn't alone. Didn't somebody else have something go missing, MaryLynn?
I don't remember.
On the battleship?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I don't know either.
Who? Oh, God.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that place is haunted. I'm sure things go missing all the time and pop back up, and you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
right.
That place was really cool.
In April, we'll also have the Cajun Country Paracon too.
Yes. Oh yeah, totally excited about that.
Absolutely. Very excited for the Cajun Country Paracon. In fact, MaryLynn and I will be doing a VIP experience just prior to that. So check that out. Go to CajunCountryParacon.com. I'm not sure. But check that out. Yeah, on Facebook.
Yep.
But yes, we've already kind of reached out to Steve to see if he's interested in coming back. And he was very excited to come back to Booze on the Battleship. So I do believe we will see Toaster Steve. And I heard he's bringing a friend. So that'll be great.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going on a year since I've seen Toaster Steve. So
yeah. He's been busy. He's been working.
He's been incognito.
Yeah, been incognito.
And he's bringing a friend, but we're not gonna ruin that surprise. But
yeah, we don't say who the friend is yet. But,
you gotta show up to find out.
Yep.
Show up to blow up, folks.
Show up to blow up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Misty, where can everybody find you?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Misti Gaither. I also have a Quest True Crime and Paranormal page on Facebook, and also on TikTok.
So I have your
and YouTube.
Facebook but I don't have the other. So sorry about that.
That's okay. I'll post it later
Cool.
in the comments and also my YouTube channel, Quest. And I appreciate talking with y'all. It's been amazing.
Is it 9 o'clock over? Well, 9 o'clock for me.
Yep.
Yeah,
almost
Is it
8
8
hours.
o'clock
time
already?
flies, man, when you're having fun and
Right.
doing
You know,
stuff. And
I was just complaining at the top of the hour that it's like the 6,000th day of January because this month has been going so damn slow.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
that past hour just, jeez,
yep,
crazy.
That's what
flies right
happens
by.
when you're with friends, and we're getting a lot
Right.
of insight from Mike, and just wonderful conversation, and so it really enjoyed it.
Yep.
We will definitely
That's
do this
true.
again.
Oh,
Hope so.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be cool.
Look,
And y'all will have to come
everybody
on
out
my
there,
show again.
Yep.
we're
Just let
all
us know
just constipated. Be the Dokalax, slide it right out.
Right.
But
A
yeah,
mess.
Misty, we definitely have to come on Quest because we, especially myself, MaryLynn too. I'm pretty sure Katie is. I'm obsessed with a lot of the serial killers, the serial murderers, and a lot of the just. In a way, it's not even the fact that it's not that they killed somebody, right? Because killing happens, murder happens. It's 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 the it's their reasoning for justification, right? To do it
Right.
continuously,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
So they're
how,
stopped.
right? It's mind boggling to me how that can really and truly be a thing, and it's become more relevant or more prevalent, I should say, in now that we're in the 21st century, but that doesn't mean that serial killing started in the 21st century. It's been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and
Oh
hundreds of
yeah,
years.
yeah.
There's so many that we don't even, you can't, Genghis Khan was basically just a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's nuts when you really start to think about what these people could have been like going through there. And are they still out there? Are they stuck on this plane? Are they considered a permanent ghost because they've got nowhere else to go? Because if they
Or
try
Yeah.
to go on, they're
or have
definitely
they
not going to the good place.
have they reincarnated and caused these other people to be serial killers as well?
Right. Yeah, I mean, could we literally be dealing with the same handful of serial killers over and over every generation?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Certainly believe in that.
Yep.
It would be a
Yeah.
pretty interesting, that's a pretty interesting segment if you really think about it.
Yeah.
And that there goes into, does that mean that we have an option? You have an option to go to heaven/hell based on somebody else's judgment of you, or you have your own opportunity to try again through reincarnation. And if that were the case, if I was a serial killer, I would do nothing but reincarnate.
Or I have one of my theories is it a demon
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't die? They don't,
Right?
and they go from one to the other because sometimes they think it's copycats. And I'm like, no. And I'm not saying it's just like one, but it could be like a legion of them, a network of it. And they just go from one to the other because you have, like in one area of the country, there'll be some murders that happen on the other side, and they're both like practically the same
Very
MO,
similar.
or there might be just a little detail change. And so, is it, oh, this, happened this way years ago, but now they're back 20 years from now. And like, who does, like what's
Yep.
behind it? Like you said, it could be the reincarnation thing, or it could be like a spirit or a demon that just hops. Because I've always said that when you have a spirit, like when the spirit's gone, or you move them out of the home or move them out of someone, they don't just go and like disintegrate.
They
And
go somewhere.
they go on to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
or they go somewhere else. You might take it out of the person, and the people
and here's
that
another thing too.
yeah.
What if a demon isn't something that's just a normal being? What if a demon is something that we create, right? Like, in other words, what if you can do so much vileness that you transition to
Manifest
that?
it.
You manifest your being into that demon, right?
Yeah.
So instead of being like, hey, I'm from hell, just talk to Satan, and he said I'm cool coming down here. What if it isn't? What if it isn't that type of a religious aspect, as you just become so truly vehemently awful that it just literally just encapsulates your entire fiber.
Mm.
You become the demon. You know what I mean? That's
I mean,
another interesting.
that is a possibility because,
Mhm.
we don't know. And I think that that's like
And
you
if you're
said, a great
Italian, it
segment.
would
And
be a possibility.
right. But, I've been thinking actually about doing something about this because
Oh,
it's
about turning
so,
into a demon? Don't do it. It's
oh,
terrible.
no, I don't have time. But
Oh,
anyway,
I have
I
time to be a
have the
demon.
strength. I'm sorry. Right. But no, it's just really interesting because you wonder, like the human aspect of it is, do you really let yourself go? Like, how is that possible to let your mind get into such a place when you have nothing, you have no emotions, no remorse, because human nature is to love, is
hmm
to give and to, you might have somebody that acts up or whatever, but to the pravity of someone, that when you get to that place that you enjoy watching someone die,
I think it
and they're
comes down
meticulous
to,
with
if
it.
love is life, right? If love is life,
Yeah,
then the opposite has to be nothing, right? So if you are the opposite, you are nothing. And I think when you reach that, that demonhood or that vileness level, and you start to think back on the fact that you can no longer love, by accepting that is accepting the fact that you're nothing. So instead of doing that, you're able to take out your feelings as a justification on other people. Right. And I think maybe that could easily be something where, because especially if you watch a lot of these paranormal shows, or you do any type of paranormal investigation, you'll come across some of these terrible individuals, and through those interactions you realize they're kind of just trying to justify why they've done the things they've done. They're
Hmm.
they're not making it their fault. They're making it other people's fault. They're doing
right,
everything they can to take it off of the fact that they are just terrible human beings and they've got nothing left. Right? They have to find a way to turn it into a game, because without the game they've got nothing.
right.
I don't know, man. That's the beautiful part about the paranormal, about true crime, about
Yeah,
why
rabbit
we
hole.
do what we do.
Well, I was on
Absolutely.
another podcast and they were talking pretty much along the same lines, but we were talking about Gypsy Rose. And it was to the point of, how can she get to that point to, have her mother killed? But it's like, it's a long line of it just being in the family and just different things that's happening. It's like you get to the point to where you don't care anymore. And how does that affect when you're going down the line? You've got all of this family trauma that continues down the line. It's like, when does it end? And
Yeah.
that's the point. Is like, I made the point
It's
of it being is like, it's also personal accountability. Just because you've been a victim and you've been traumatized all your life, your accountability, does it something that you want to continue, or do you, succumb to that and say,
but
okay,
that's where it is. It's where you take that accountability and you try to replace it with justification.
exactly. And that's what they do, is they justify it because they were the victim.
Because
And
Right.
yeah.
most of us have been a
And they're
victim.
all that matters. Yeah.
Yes.
hmm
Yeah.
Their feelings, their desires, their sickness, that's all that matters. And I think that that's why that a lot of them do, like they have a signature move or something that they'll take from the victim, or they'll do this or do that. It's, they want to be caught in a way because they want that recognition. They want that, that, which they think fame, and some of them are famous, but they
Yeah.
they want that. And so, is it hereditary? Is it something spiritual? Is it something that we do in our mind? I mean, it's a huge rabbit hole, and I think it may be a little bit of all of it.
I was
Hmm.
Yeah.
supposed to say, I
Look,
think it's all the
And you
above.
get the perfect storm. You get the perfect storm, and then
that's
that's what you have is
exactly.
whatever,
Hi, Skylar.
you know,
Look, I farted right in
Yeah.
some girl's nose once, and I could justify it. I could have, but I didn't. Yeah, I took the blame. It was me.
there you go. So
I
you're
was the
good.
problem
You're
in
good.
in
You're
that
good.
regard.
You're
You
good.
got that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think at some point you just have to, you got to take it. You just got to own it. You got to own up.
Yeah,
Right.
it's accountabilities for your actions, but it's
Yeah.
also for the actions that other people have taken against you. You know, taking
Mhm.
accountability of what was your part in that. If you know, if you had a part, it's like, what was your accountability on how you're reacting? What are you doing to move forward?
Yeah. You're
To
right.
be fair, the fart did scare her, and I was not paying attention. And I turned around really fast, and I elbowed her in the face, and I knocked her off a chair. So, so it does, see, okay, see, it can't
Well,
get worse, guys.
I'm glad you took accountability.
But it was
Yes.
me. I was the
Yes.
problem. Yeah.
You did great. If we
I
had
did
the applause button.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Applause.
Yeah.
Right.
See, but that shows you there's always more to the story, right?
I was gonna
Exactly.
say,
Always.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
that-
always
Yeah.
more to the story.
I always say there's three sides to every story. It's what you feel, what I feel, and what really happened.
Yes,
Mhm.
true.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm. With that,
Exactly.
folks, we've spent an entire hour and 6 minutes and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds with Misti Gaither.
Yay, Misti Gaither.
And we
Thank
will
you, everyone.
next week with who is our guest? I believe it's Francesca.
Ah,
Franny
fantastic.
Garcia.
Franny with the fanny.